Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I'm here today to share my latest make with you. Everything I talk about in the video is available on our lovely website, and you'll find links to our website and all the products I mentioned below, and you'll also find a link to our newsletter where you can get a weekly dose of sewing inspiration straight to your inbox. So the pattern I want to share with you today is this gorgeous sundress that I made that I've just worn on a holiday to beautiful sunny south of Spain, and I absolutely adored wearing this while I was there. So I'll talk to you about the pattern in a moment, but just to give you an overview, it's a square necked fitted bodice with darts that come up from the waist to the bust. It's got little thin straps that then attach to this bit, which is the bit I really fell in love with of the pattern, which is the fact that you don't have a back bodice. You've just got these wide ties that are tied into a bow, and then the skirt is gathered into elastic at the back there, so that's really comfortable and you can get a really good fit with it. I'll just give you a bit of a closer look at that. So you just create a little casing for the elastic, and that's how you do that. The skirt's attached at the front, and then there's a tier here, a gathered tier, to make it into a midi length skirt. And I have to say, it was just absolutely perfect for those super hot evenings in the south of Spain. We're in a little place called McCalls Pueblo, which is a beautiful town set up in the side of a mountain. It overlooks the city and the views in the sea, and it's just absolutely incredible. But it was baking hot. The heat was literally like radiating out of the concrete. So this dress was perfect for those hot evenings. I made it in this beautiful cotton lawn. Sadly, we have sold out of this and I can't get any more. I didn't know that when I made it. I thought I'd be able to get more. I've reordered and reordered and reordered all summer. And then that's it, it's gone now. But I have got some other suggestions, so I'll link those for you below. But that was just really lovely and cool as well. And then I'll talk to you a bit about some adjustments and things I did differently with the pattern, but one of them, which was the best thing I ever did, was to sew some of our bra cups into the bodice, between the lining and the bodice, which meant I didn't have to wear a bra, which is just like the best thing in my mind. It's so comfortable, and then especially in that heat, a bra is one of the most uncomfortable things, isn't it, when it's really hot. So, and it allowed this sort of back of the dress to really sing and shine and not be spoilt by any bra straps, or not having to worry about trying to cover the bra straps up. So yeah, that was a really good move. But honestly, such a great pattern. So I'll tell you which pattern it was now. It is McCall's 8321. As I said, it's linked below, available on our site. So it's got 3 different views. I mixed views A for the bodice, which is this square neckline strappy number, and then I used the midi length skirt from view B rather than the short tiered skirt suggested for view A. And then you've got other options for a higher neck, which is gathered with elastic round the neckline, sleeveless or with little sleeves, but yeah, I chose to mix and match views A and B, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. The pattern runs up to a size 24, which is a 46 bust, 39 waist and 48 hip. I made a 12 and graded it to a 14. The 12 is a 34 bust, and then at the waist and hips the 14 is 28 and 38. What I did find was that where the elastic, I followed the elastic guide given with the pattern for this bit, and I found that it was way too generous. So I just tried it on, shortened the elastic and stitched it back in, and that worked out really well, and I was really pleased with the fit there. I wanted it nice and close fitting, just for comfort and confidence really, and also it was just sort of more flattering to have it lying flat against my body. It was quite sort of gapey when I first did it. I did make a quick toile because when I saw that it had got darts from the waist up to the bust, I thought, oh, they're going to be too big for me. me, and they'll also be too long, just because I'm small busted. I often find that's the case. However, I made the toile and I was like, pretty much spot on actually, but I did shorten them about 1/2 inch just to so they weren't quite finishing on my bust point, they were finishing just below. Generally, if you've got a smaller bust, they suggest sort of finishing 1/2 inch to 1 inch away from your bust point. If you've got a fuller bust, they suggest finishing 1 to 2 inches. As I always say, no hard and fast rules in sewing, make it how you like it. So yeah, but no sort of serious adjustments at all to this pattern. It was almost straight out of the packet. I was just being pernickety and just tweaking slightly, and then I graded between the sizes, as I said. The construction was super quick and easy. It's a great fast make. I did rush it because I was going on holiday and I just wanted to get it done, so I knew that was one of the things ticked off my list. And as a result, of course, I made some really silly mistakes and then ended up having to redo parts of it that could have been avoided if I'd have just taken my time and not rushed. But hey ho, we all make that mistake from time to time. Sometimes we learn from it, sometimes we don't. So one of the mistakes I made initially when I attached the second tier, I always like to quarter the tier, so I mark out equal points around the circle that are equal distance apart, so each section is a quarter of the diameter, no, the circumference, sorry, of the circle of the piece that's going to be gathered. And then I do the same on the skirt that I'm attaching it to, and I match them up so that I know it's evenly distributed and it'll look really neat. And I just didn't do that. I gathered it first, I'd already done it, I was rushing, I attached it, the gathers were all over the place, there was a seam right down the front of it. I just wasn't happy at all. I thought, can I live with it? Probably nobody will notice. And then in the end it got the better of me, and I thought, no, I want this to be a really beautiful dress, I really love it, I'm going to just detach that and do it again. So I did, and I had done 2 rows of gathering stitches, a row of stitches to attach it, and I'd overlocked the seam as well. So that was a lot of unpicking, but the tool that saved my bacon and made life much easier was I've got a Madeira unpicker with a rubber end on it. We stock them on the site, I'll pop a link below for you. But you unpick in the normal way, but then when you've got all those stray like hairs of thread that would take forever to pick out with your fingers, you just run the rubber tip along the fabric and it just draws them out. It's so good and it's so easy. I'm going to do a little video for Instagram to demonstrate it, so do follow us on there and you'll see that. The other mistake I made was I initially didn't double face the tie, this bow on the back, but the fabric is quite obvious on the wrong side, so actually it looked rubbish. It just didn't look good at all. You could see the wrong side, it just wasn't right. And then when I had to, when I decided, right, I need to unpick that and I need to double face it, the pattern didn't suggest that, by the way, so that's just my little tip. When I unpicked it and decided to double face it, I rushed that and I cut a little hole in the tie, but I was able to repair that, so that was good. Also, I didn't quite have enough fabric to fully face the ties, so just here, it's faced inside from about here, the seams here, and the facing starts from about there. I just hand sewed it down there, but to be honest, that's absolutely fine because you're never going to see that side of it anyway, so that worked really well and was a good little sort of fix and work around. The other thing I decided to do, I initially tried the bodice on when I made my toile with a sort of strapless bra that I've got, and I didn't think at all about the fact that the strap on the back of the strapless bra is really wide. So then when I was trying to hide it, when I was doing the tie, it was just really, really awkward, and I was trying things like wrapping the tie around the bra and all sorts of things, but it just was so awkward and didn't look right. And in the end, I had a bit of a brainwave and I thought, why don't I put some padded bra cups in it? We stock them on the site, so again, I'll pop a link to those below for you. But But what I did was I inserted them between the lining and the bodice. So easy to do. I've done a little tutorial for Instagram and I'll try and do a video for YouTube at some point. But what that meant was I didn't have to wear a bra. I was so happy not to wear a bra. I hate wearing bras, and it was just wonderful, especially in that heat in Spain, to be able to go out in the evening and not even have to wear a bra. It was so liberating. And it also meant that it didn't spoil the effect or the look of this lovely tie on the back as well. So that was a really good sort of alteration that I made. But yeah, I think I got it out of 2.5 meters of fabric. I'm not 100% sure, but I am going to start trying to be more mindful of sharing that with you, because I thought it was a really good bit of feedback someone gave me on one of my previous videos. Thank you, whoever it was, I can't remember, sorry. But yeah, overall construction, dead simple, dead easy. Couple of things I'd suggest you might want to consider: double facing the tie if your fabric's got a wrong side, and then considering bra cups if you would like to not wear a bra. If you feel like you have to wear a bra and you don't want to do that, try and choose a bra with a relatively narrow strap at the back, or you can get those ones that cross over and sort of finish a lot lower, can't you? So you could do something like that. But all in all, absolutely 100% totally and utterly delighted with this dress. I just absolutely adore it, and I just want the UK summer to pick up, because I'm hoping I'm going to get to wear it here. I wore it with flat sandals when we were going out for dinner in Spain, because it was actually, we did quite a lot of walking around the town and stuff, and I think, you know, you could easily wear flat sandals and a denim jacket with it for a casual sort of day look. But then I also have got some nice like chunky heeled sandals that I've worn it with. I would wear it with if I was going somewhere where I didn't have to do so much walking. But overall, just absolutely love this dress. A nice easy sew, nice and easy to fit, no fastenings, no buttons or zips or anything like that to think about. Lovely simple construction, a lovely idea, just absolutely adore it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Do check out the links below. I'll link the pattern, I'll link some alternatives to this fabric because sadly I can't get any more for you. I'll link the bra cups, and I'll also link the Madeira unpicker that I talked about. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as I have today. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.